3 products on human
Launched
pharma this year.
in a single year.
In a single year.
A lot of things happened this year for
A lot of
Boehringer
things
Ingelheim in
happen.
China.
Yes.
The German pharmaceutical giants got 3 medicines for stroke, lung cancer, and pulmonary fibrosis registered in China just this year.
So everything's accelerated.
Everything is accelerated.
What about in the future? Are you anticipating more medicines going to the market even more quickly?
We have a strategy called China Key, and this China Key strategy is ensuring that all our clinical trials happen in China at the same time that it happens outside the world, which means also speeding up the regulatory approvals for the new medications.
Medicines that are in urgent demand for chronic disease patients.
On patients who are really severe, the lifespan of them is from 3 to 5 years. In China, around 3 million stroke patients happens per year.
And ensure a faster treatment.
From 1.5 hours to 10 seconds.
Absolutely.
Wow.
30 years since its first entry to the China market. Bringing new drugs is far from the firm's only goal.
China is big. Sometimes you alone, either you cannot do it or you don't have the competences of doing it. But with partners who has the know-how, I think we become stronger. 1 plus 1 becomes 3, not only 2.
And it's no surprise that an additional 5 billion in investment is on the agenda for more R&D in China during the next 5 years.
If you were using 3 words to describe the pharmaceutical industry in China, what would that be?
Scale, innovation, speed. Steady development, opening up.
Mohammed
I
Tawil
think
is the
it's very
CEO of Boehringer Ingelheim Greater China. What's kept him busy this week is the ongoing annual China International Import Expo, a gathering of more than 4,000 overseas companies from 155 countries, regions, and international organizations.
Mr. Tawil.
Hey, hi, how are
Hi,
you?
nice to
Pleasure
meet
meeting
you.
you. It is my first time over here and it's very exciting, I have to say, high energy. I would say I feel very proud. The Premier talked about how China is attracting innovation, attracting multinationals in order to use China as a hub for their innovation. And I really stand on that. And I want to reiterate that in the last 5 years, we saw a lot of openness, a lot of fairness in terms of looking at the system and the ecosystem of the pharma business. And also we saw clear directions when it comes to speeding up the regulations, the reforms that are happening. And that is in fact a very key thing for us. And if you want confidence in business, you bring transparency. And this is what we saw. And today the Premium talked about this transparency that is happening and how much is it welcoming for foreign investments to happen. I mean, just last year, you know that they've opened the visas, for instance. All my colleagues in Germany and the European countries, they come to China without even needing the visa. If this speaks up, it speaks about the mindset, the openness, the infrastructure that China is putting. But that's not only it. I think China also has a lot when it comes to innovation, has a lot when it comes to the mindset that is there. And many of the deals that is happening right now on new molecules or new disease modalities is actually coming from China. So for us, China is not only a market for, to have our products in, but also a market to look at innovation, to look at the research and development that is happening and try to see where we can acquire to really bring this innovation and upscale it towards world products, not only for China. Yeah, this is our innovation, I would say, circle. And down is the animal health and up is human pharma. And in human pharma, there are 3 products that it's registered this year. So this one is metallized, it's for stroke. And this is on a specific kind of lung cancer with HER2 mutations. And this is just registered this year as well. And by the way, we are promoting this product in partnership with a local partner in China. And then we have another product which is for pulmonary fibrosis. Actually, it is registered only last week. Allow me to show you two stands. One stand is around stroke, because stroke is happening for patients in China. Around 3 million stroke patients happens per year. And if the patient do not get a thrombolytic, which is dissolving the stroke that happens in the brains, the patient becomes paralyzed and it becomes a burden on the family and also on the healthcare system. Earlier products, they used to be taken drip for 1.5 hours. And these patients, every minute is a brain cell. And the more that you delay, the worse the patient can get. But with a product like metallized, The patient takes the medication, 10 seconds, the products start working and dissolving like law. Later on, these products can be even taken in the emergency ambulance. This is another product that we are launching very
Pulmonary
soon.
fibrosis. How do you evaluate the significance?
Let me show you something. So this is a beautiful flower representing the lungs.
The healthy lung.
But with pulmonary fibrosis, the lung becomes very devastated and becomes disabled. And this is the only trial since 10 years that proved that there's a survival rate of 50% for the patients who are on this product. So if there are 4 patients to die, 2 of them with the product usage will get their life back.
Last month, Boehringer Ingelheim began local production of its flagship anti-diabetic drug at its Zhangjiang human drug production base in Shanghai.
We have a full footprint in China. Part of it is R&D. In the next 5 years, we are going to also invest with another 5 billion RMB on research and development, clinical trials. But also the footprint has production sites. And I'm very happy to share with you that we have a product called Trajanta, which is for diabetes. And there are around 2.5 million patients in China which are using this product. The good thing is that now the supply is maintained 100% because the product is going to be produced in China. But the good thing is it's not only produced China for China, but also China for the world, where we are going to export the productions that we do in China to other parts of the world. And this is part of our strategic thinking, that research and development and also production and also commercializing the products in China. So China represents 20% of the total worldwide population. And if you look at the aging population, 65 and above is 25% of the total worldwide population. And with aging, as you know, chronic diseases happen. So from a scale, number of patients, number of population, for sure, China tops the world when it comes to that. When it comes to also market environment, also the environment is becoming much more positive towards the multinationals to compete in. There's a lot to do with infrastructure and also with the localization on production in China. I think this also gives a lot of motivation for us to work and to collaborate with the Chinese local partners. We're partnering with a very strong partner in oncology, among the top 5 when it comes to the market knowledge on oncology. They are our partners for the launch of Hernexus, which is our next product to come, but also the future pipeline. Second, we're partnering with many partners on research and development in human pharma and in animal health as well, where we collaborate with many institutes in order to look for research and molecules. Third, we partner a lot on production. Last but not least, on a commercial level.
5 years ago, when China began its 14th five-year plan, the company initiated a project called ShanghaiEye.
The last 5 years were exciting, I would say. We learned a lot. We have a project called ShanghaiEye, which started 5 years ago, and now we're harvesting this. And ShanghaiEye is that we want to ensure that all the clinical trials that happens in the world also happen simultaneously in China. Healthcare 2030 is clear signals. There is, clear areas where the government wants to invest and wants to ensure that there are less patients suffering from the diseases. But the future is very bright, I have to say, with the openness, with the mindset that we have across China. I think we are much more motivated as a multinational to further, explore how we could really bring our research and innovation to the market.